Hey there, fierce leaders, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so intuition. I just want to start by breaking the stigma idea of what intuition is, because it's not just something that just special talented people have access to. No, simply actually defined by the dictionary, it means the ability to understand something immediately without the need for conscious reasoning. So think about that. That's literally the ability that when someone asks you a question, to make a choice, to know whether or not a decision's right or wrong for you in your specific experience, the ability to actually quickly and effectively know what's best. And think about this as a leader in all areas of your life, both professionally, personally, in your relationships. If you're someone who has struggled with a lot of toxic, douchey boyfriends, or the cheating dynamics, or just toxic work relationships, or colleagues, or family, this, my friend, has been something that has completely changed my life. I literally used to be someone completely disconnected from her intuition. I used to struggle with a lot more of anxiety. I used to have a lot of overwhelm because I would try to make decisions and choices and I wouldn't know what was best. There were so many moments where I had a feeling that something was off, and guess what I did? Didn't follow it. And so if this resonates with you at all, then I am so excited to share with you what has been a transformational technique that I've watched also through working with hundreds of female leaders around the world in different sectors, in different industries, in different types of businesses, and different, roles in their life. I've seen the way that this specific technique has given them so much confidence, so much clarity, because they know that no matter what comes their way, they can handle it. They know that they can make a decision, they can handle a choice that's actually connected to themselves. Because that's the biggest pain that I see so often, is when we're living our lives to satisfy the expectations, the shoulds, the desires from other people, we spend our lives in so much pain because we're simply fulfilling someone else's dream and not our own. So, my friend, I just want for you to be someone that gets to live your dream, because I know firsthand that you deserve it. You deserve to live the life that fulfills you, that nourishes you, that intrigues you every day. There'll be the ups and the downs like there always is, but this technique helps. So no matter what, when you're in a hard moment, this helps you to get yourself back up, because you know what you actually need. You know how to connect to the greatest power within you, which is your intuition. So get ready. This is a juicy topic. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Busy to Badass Boss series that I'm creating here on my lovely YouTube channel. And if you didn't catch my first videos right here, and it was all around how to, what causes self-sabotage and how we can kind of work through kind of freeing ourselves from self-sabotage. So if you haven't checked it out, check that one out. And hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because each of these videos are building on top of themselves, so that way you can feel fully supported to kind of go through this full process with us here on my channel. So I must admit that I'm someone that loves to be guided. I don't want to just be intellectually told something, and I don't want to just visually see something. I love to be guided firsthand, because that's how I learn and how I watch all of my clients. They love to learn that way too. So I actually created an audio guide that you can follow and you can use to first learn what I'm even talking about in this video for yourself, but also and to experience it, but to then practice it. Do it once a day, once a week, once a month, whatever works for you, or whenever just as needed, so you can really begin to practice this skill, harness it, and then have this ability to really know how to tap into your intuition immediately. I'm going to share with you, there's 4 specific steps in this. And you're going to see in the Fierce framework that the 4 steps are F-E-A-R, fear. Makes it kind of fun. Because the thing with intuition that I have found personally, and everyone knows here as a fear specialist, is I'm all about looking into the fear. I feel like what limits us in our lives is our fear, our relationship to it. Not the fear itself, our relationship to it. And so it's really about us starting to free ourselves from the limitations, the way we repress it or react to our fear, and instead starting to open ourselves up to actually the guidance, the messages, and instead seeing the intuitive wisdom that's in it, of what we genuinely care about and the ways we want to show up in the world. So we'll dive right into this. So the first step is actually to feel. And this is where you start to become self-aware. It's where you start to feel into your physical body. And so what is so unique about this is, in a time and day where so many people are spending so much time overthinking, they spend so much time in their heads, to really be different, to stand out from the crowd and to be really someone who shows up in a really impactful, bold way, is to use the power of our body, the power of what we feel in our gut, what we feel with our intuition, right? So this is where we start to think and feel differently, is in this stage as I guide you through actually feeling into your body to feel where fear expresses itself in your unique body, different than everyone else, and start to decode it. So that's feel. Then we move into explore. And this is the stage where we get really curious, where we start to live a very curious life, where we start to explore kind of what is our evidence that holds us hostage with the old, like with this fear running the show of our life? Like, what is it that we've created as our identities, our labels around our judgments around ourselves and the stories we've told ourselves from the past and things like that. So it's in this phase we actually get curious and actually start to explore why it is that we have given this fear so much control in our lives. The third step is to accept, and I call this the defiant self-love stage. So this is really where we create space for you to let go of a lot of that clutter internally that keeps us stuck. And this is really where you create a space to be new, to think differently, to really come from that place of self-love within yourself, where you accept everything that has happened from your past as simply learning. As learning that has brought you to today, that is learning that has brought you to your present, and as the growth that it is. And then you start to be able to actually see it now differently as we move into the fourth step, which is to reframe, which is where we really see what it is that's the message, what it is that you genuinely care about, what it is that's the intuition that should guide you in taking empowered action, in making those decisions, choices, getting out of the stress cycle, getting out of the busyness spiral, because you know what is most aligned with you, what is your truth, and what is meant to be your decision with complete confidence and clarity. And so this is the 4 steps of the process. And as I've mentioned, if you want to experience this firsthand, if you're trying to make a choice right now, a decision, you're feeling like you could use some guidance, then download my free audio guide in the description box below where I will help you to be guided personally to experience these 4 stages and these 4 steps yourself. So it can be one of your techniques in your toolkit that empowers you every day to show up as the bold and impactful leader in all areas of your life and as the badass that you are. Definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can follow along. And like I said, enjoy this free training where I'm giving you and dishing it all out to you. So that way we can continue to spread this message and get more people courageously living their lives every single day. And share with people. Also, share with people in your life who you think would really resonate this, or who you know has been like on the cusp of kind of making this big change in their life, or has been really wanting to transition in their life, but has been kind of holding themselves back. This will completely change the game for them. And as always, I hope you have a fierce day and feel empowered to take action, because you, my friend, matter.